Keon, just give us some general thoughts on this game and kind of how it went. Obviously got down big and kind of fought to come back and I guess just couldn't maintain that.
I think as the seasons went on, we've realized that we're a team that can fight back. But I think a night like tonight, you just have to have one of those good starts, especially to a team like this that's kind of been hot lately. To put ourselves in a good situation from the jump and, not having to fight back. So I think just a better start and then, just have to keep attacking them play by play.
In the first half, the Warriors shot really well from three. A lot of open threes, corner threes. What was kind of the game plan on a guy like Draymond from there? It didn't look like there was a lot of tough closeouts and things like that. What was kind of the thought process on the defensive end?
Obviously want to make the guys that aren't their scorers try to beat you, but and if they do, you kind of just shake their hand at the end of the day. But obviously him, Gary Payton got it going as well a little bit too. But I think once they knock a couple down, you got to give them a little bit more respect and can't really worry about the scores and the shooters so much when the guys who are considered not scorers are knocking down shots. So kind of have to just switch it up a little bit, maybe give a little bit of a harder closeout. But that was kind of the game plan to force those guys to kind of have a night like they did.
Keon, in that fourth quarter, you guys gave up a lot of backdoor cuts. What was going on there? Communication issues or something like that?
No, I think they did a good job of manipulating our defense. We tried to face guard Curry, so they would put him in spots where there wouldn't be any help at the rim. So they ran some good sets, and the plays that they ran, kind of took advantage of our focus on Curry. So there was a couple of times like that, but there was also a couple of times where they just kind of manipulated our defense.
Keon, obviously you guys want to make sure Steph don't get going, and because it could be a long night, but with knowing that he was approaching 4,000, was it extra emphasis on trying to prevent that from happening, even though he only needed 2?
No, I don't think we've ever had a game against the Warriors and he's not made at least 2 threes. I didn't even keep track of that coming in, but I think for the focus is just more so not really trying to let him go off, not really worried about the 4,000 threes. We're just trying to get the win. So, but yeah, I wouldn't really say that overemphasize anything. We knew he was going to come out and be who he is, he shoots a lot of threes. So just trying to take that away.
Keon, of course, you don't control whether or not you start or come off the bench, but is your approach any different when you do come off the bench, and how can you try and get that the same impact that you have as a starter? How can you bring that in with that second unit when you do come in?
I don't think my focus is any different than when I'm starting and when I'm not. But the only preparation that could possibly be different is just I honestly couldn't tell you. I kind of go into all the games starting or not the same way. But if I am starting, you're kind of just already out there, so you're getting to it from the get go. So when you're on the bench, you can kind of see what plays they're running, what are they trying to get to, and things like that. So kind of get a feel for the game a little bit before you get in. But I would say that's probably the only difference between starting and not starting. So when I'm in there, I just try to do what I can to help the team. So the minutes thing doesn't really matter.
Kind of building off that, though, is it easier or harder to set the tone as a starter versus coming off the bench when, like you said, you get that information, you see how the game's playing, but right from the jump as a starter, you can kind of set that tone?
It's a great question. I think it depends, if you're starting and, you kind of have to be locked in from the gate. So if you go down, then I think it's, it kind of shifts to the bench to come in and bring that spark to put us back. So, I think it just depends on the situation of the game. If you come in, if you're coming off the bench and, the team is down, you kind of have to bring that focus and that mentality as if you were starting, and as soon as you get in there, it's time to go. So, I don't truly think there's too much of a difference, but regardless, I think we do have to start the game better, obviously.
Keon, where's the mindset and kind of that sense of urgency is like these losses mount a little bit and that 6th spot gets further and further out of your reach?
I think we all know, the season's kind of towards the end of it. So I mean, every game means just that much more, and you're getting less opportunities. By that I mean like games to kind of increase your place in the standings. So we know each one is very important to where we end up at the end of the season. So I think the everyone knows in the locker room, like as each game goes by, they only get more important.